Can a man-made monster adjust to life in hostile society?
Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried. Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried, and he tried.
Why don't you leave my man-made monster alone? They judged him on his looks, they never gave him a chance. He was just a simple monster coming out of his trance. But they brought out their hounds and then they chased him around. They sing the song for Frankenstein.
Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried. Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried, and he tried.
Why don't you leave my baby monster alone? Beneath his ugly chest there beat the heart of a dove. He wouldn't have caused a fuss if they'd have shown him some love. But they messed with his brains until they drove him insane. They sing the song for Frankenstein.
Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried. Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried, and he tried.
They shot their bullets at him as he climbed up the wall. They shot him and they shot him, but he just wouldn't fall. He went right to the top, he was a hard guy to stop. They sing the song for Frankenstein.
Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried. Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried, and he tried. Frankenstein couldn't find happiness, though he tried, and he tried.
lay down and die. The earth is full of ghosts now, ghosts that sweat and ghosts that cry. Instead of peace, just stop and cease. A final end, a sweet release. The language of love is the language of liars. The flames of all love become funeral pyres. Smoke gets in your eyes and groan. Men cry, I've seen young men led to an early grave, and old men pray to die. The earth is full of ghosts now, ghosts that sweat and ghosts that cry. Instead of peace, just stop and cease. A final end, a sweet release. Shipwreck to the shore, from the client to the whore, from the shadow to the sun, from the bullet to the gun. The earth is full of ghosts now, ghosts that sweat and ghosts that cry. Instead of peace, just stop and cease. A final end, a sweet release. The moment you discover that your killer is your lover, I kill all that I love. I destroy what I become. The earth is full of ghosts now, ghosts that sweat and ghosts that cry. Instead of peace, just stop and cease. A final end, a sweet release.
90% burns, but 55 hours to live. %, burns, but 55 hours to live. Resting in a chair, getting a suntan. 90% burns, but 55 hours to live. I'm beyond pain. 90% burns, but 55 hours to live. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. Burns, but 55 hours to live. %, burns. I ought to be dead, but I've got 55 hours to live. Sitting, resting in a chair, getting a suntan. Feel the sun rays touch my face. Bloody mess. My body is a bloody mess. Feel the skin drift away in the wind. 90% burns, and I ought to be dead. 90% burns, and 55 hours to live. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. Slow death.
driving, I didn't see the movie. Something broke my windshield and reached in and clawed me. No one will believe me, 'cause the rest of the audience is ripped to shreds. But the hand with claw was dripping red. You see, there's a factory up the river with an electric fence, no sign by the road, deep in the wilderness by the river. It's owned by Del Monte. You remember Del Monte, their logo's out of date. Canned fruit, canned salmon, canned people advertise on TV. Here in the factory, they tried to perfect bigger, tastier salmon by genetic engineering. It didn't work. Little slimy chemicals slip down the river and float into the ocean, where little fishies ate it and turned into weird shaped slime. Came back into Fort Bragg. Lots of tourists, even in the fall, 'cause in late summer you got the state fair. A slimy green claw comes up through the dock. People run away, and climbing through the hole is a protege of Roger Corman. He photographs this mutant, says, "I'll make you a star. Bring me all your friends, and I'll make a movie out of you on location. Give me 5 minutes to get my camera, please." Then so up through another floorboard comes another slimy hand. It chases all the girls in their roller skates around the square at the county fair, filled with tourists and news reporters craving a story so they don't lose their jobs. These so-called humanoids from the deep, sex symbols of the slime underneath the ocean. They're selective. Keep in mind, this is Marin County. You've all heard of Marin County. Organic electric fences. The beautiful young rich hide here, but they all come out in their fry boots with their money and their peasant dresses to the Fort Bragg County Fair. They're all here for the humanoids from the deep. Humanoids are selective. They only claw roller skaters. Queen of the county fair gets her leg chomped off. Bleeds because Doug McClure can't get to her in time. French fries are no longer yellow. Brace thyself for the humanoids of the deep. Louis Leakey, eat your heart out.